Guilt is supposed to guide you, to help you correct your mistakes, to help you grow. But for so many people, guilt becomes a prison. You carry it day after day, year after year, even when you don't deserve to anymore. Today, I'm going to show you how guilt silently weighs down your life, and more importantly, how you can finally start to put it down and walk free. So let's look at why guilt lingers. Healthy guilt is supposed to be temporary. You make a mistake, you feel remorse, you make it right, you move on. But when guilt lingers, it's no longer helping you to grow, it's keeping you stuck. Sometimes you blame yourself for things that you couldn't control. A parent's unhappiness, a relationship falling apart, someone else's bad choices. You think, if I had just been better, maybe they wouldn't have left. But that was never yours to fix. Then, inherited guilt. Many cultures, families, and societies use guilt as a form of control. You're made to feel guilty not because you've done something wrong, but because you've dared to have needs, desires, or boundaries that others didn't approve of. Then, internalized perfectionism. When you believe you must be perfect to be worthy, every mistake, no matter how small, feels catastrophic. You're not allowed to be human, you're only allowed to be flawless. And that standard is a recipe for endless guilt. Now let's look at how guilt quietly controls your life. Firstly, you self-punish. You deny yourself happiness, success, love, because deep down, you don't believe you deserve it. You might sabotage good opportunities. You might stay in unhealthy situations because a part of you believes you need to pay for what you did forever. You overcompensate in relationships. You try too hard. You give too much. You tolerate too little respect. Because guilt whispers, even when the debt was never yours. Then you struggle to forgive yourself. You replay past mistakes over and over in your mind, as if punishing yourself will somehow erase them, but it never does. You stay trapped in an endless loop of shame and regret. Living with unresolved guilt is like walking through life with heavy chains wrapped around your body. At first, you feel their weight clearly. You know they're there, but over time, you get used to them. You stop noticing how much they're slowing you down. You stop noticing how much harder life feels because of them. You start thinking the heaviness is just part of life, but it's not. The chains were never meant to be permanent. You were never meant to live trapped. You just forgot you had the key in your hand all along. So how to let go of guilt? You don't erase guilt by punishing yourself longer. You release it by facing it honestly and compassionately. Here's how. Separate responsibility from burden and ask yourself, was this truly my responsibility? Or was I made to feel guilty for something that was never mine to carry? Own exactly what's yours and release exactly what isn't. Then make amends where possible. Then let it be. If you genuinely wrong someone and you can make amends, do it. Say you're sorry, mean it, but after that, let it go. You are allowed to move forward even if others choose to stay stuck. Choose growth over punishment. The purpose of guilt is growth, not a life sentence. Ask, what have I learnt? How will I live differently now? Growth honours the past. Punishment only prolongs it. And in my closing comments, you are not your worst mistake. You are not your biggest regret, and you are not the heaviness that you've been carrying. You are more. You are allowed to forgive yourself. You are allowed to be free. The chains you've been dragging behind you, you can lay them down today, right now. Freedom is not about erasing your past, it's about refusing to let it define your future.